Dr. Lampay. There's again, no, going back to the actions of CICC, which is to ban, no, and for me, uh, uh, and for many people actually, uh, and based on your um, expert opinion and your experience, yung pagbaban ba ng mga ganitong online violent games, no? And they're really violent, ha? Ako tinignan ko yung mga games. Sabi ko nga sa ating chairperson, kinikilabutan ako dahil sobrang violent talaga eh. No? Talagang madugo, yung iba tinuturuan uminom, iba tinuturuan na even meron pang mga sexual innuendos, no? Iba tinuturuan magsigarilyo, and then maglalaro ka tapos papatay ka, no? So it's really violent. And then marami ring mga cases na ngayon na ginagamit to ng mga uh, extremist, no? As a way to get into the minds of our children, no? Ito nga yung nihilistic violent extremism, no? Na nagpapanggap sila ng bata pero mga extremist sila, no? So based on your expert opinion, ano po yung mga recommendations po ninyo, no? Do you think banning this type of games in our country will help our youth? Um, Ano po yung mga nakikita niyong mga pwede gawin ng gobyerno? No, dahil ako, ang aking perspektibo, dapat protektahan natin yung ating mga anak. Protektahan natin yung ating mga kabataan, yung mga estudyante ho natin. Lahat ng masasamang impluensya, dapat ma-shield natin sila. No? Hindi natin pwede silang isalang-alang dito sa mga impluensya. So ano yung mga expert opinion nyo po or expert suggestion nyo na pwedeng gawin po ng legislature?
Yeah. I think there's some merit. There is merit po in imposing regulations as best as we can. So that's one level of intervention. Pwedeng age regulations, no? Rating the games and so on. Pero ultimately, I also want to say that, a child with a cell phone, a young person with a laptop, it becomes a very private experience. Diba? Hindi natin alam exactly kung ano yung ginagawa ng ating mga anak pag nasa online na sila. So I cannot discount, or I will recommend even, that we strengthen the capacities of adults in their environments, no? Example, parents, no? Para bigyan ng karapat-dapat na subaybay, gabay ang kanilang anak sa paggamit ng digital devices. And I don't mean, just setting rules na tama na yan, bawal yan, no? Kasi marami ring, sabi nyo rin kanina, Madam Chair, maraming benefits ang online engagement, no? Para sa maraming kabataan, dito rin sila nakikipaglaro sa mga kaibigan nila. Yung mga kaibigan nila offline, mga kaibigan din nila online, naglalaro sila, no? Meron ding mga educational games and apps, even schools, no? Yung mga homework ng mga eskwelahan ay sa online nila ina-assign. So parang hindi na natin ma-escape itong online environment ng ating kabataan. So we need to prepare schools, families, teachers, adults better for this digital kind of monitoring and guidance, no? Hindi pwedeng basta i-cut off yung online sa buhay ng kabataan. But for instance, no, for parents to know exactly what their kids are doing online, parang means that, kunyari, if you have a positive relationship with your child, ang ganda nung example kanina nung nanay, no, na nakita niya, napansin po niya kung ano yung ginagawa ng anak niya. And because napansin niya yung ginagawa ng anak niya sa Roblox, naunawaan niya, no, na oh my God, no, parang hindi to dapat nangyayari. So observe our children, engage with them. Anak, anong ginagawa mo online? Maganda ba yung laro na yan, no? Sige nga, turuan mo ko. So knowing, being familiar with what they're doing online, no, versus just blanket limiting it. And parang fostering trust and disclosure in the relationship. Kasi alam niyo po, maraming kabataan natatakot magsabi sa magulang nila kung ano yung mga nakikita nila online na risks, no, na nabubuli na pala sila, etc. Pag sabihin nila sa magulang nila, anong gagawin ng magulang? Papagalitan sila, no? Ikaw kasi, no? Babad ka dyan, no? So having that kind of good relationship with your family allows for more trust and disclosure. So dapat alam ng matatanda kung ano yung ginagawa ng mga anak nila online. So we could ban at some level or regulate games, but just to acknowledge that this is a part of everyone's lives, even adults. No, and we have to do a better job as adults and as parents to engage with our children as best as we can in what they do online. No, parang that's the best way for us to know what's going on and to protect them. No, so to protect them means we know what's going on online in their lives. And po.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Salamat po, Dr. Lian at SP. Mas palalimin pa natin yung pagtatanong natin tungkol dun sa nihilistic violent extremism. So kung pwedeng tanungin yung PNP ACG.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, sir. Yusek, I'm sorry. Colonel. Mr. Tadina, tama po ba?
Opo.
Yes, sir.
So, kung bakit humahantong po yung mga kabataan sa...
I'm sorry, sir. Deputy Director, I
Yes.
should properly say.
Yes.
So kayo po yung pag-aaral tungkol sa NVE na to dito sa Pilipinas. Kilala nyo na po ba o nabalitaan na yung grupong 764? At yung pagkakilala po ba ng ACG sa 764 ay tugma dun sa mga ipinresenta ko kanina?
Yes, Madam Chair. And as a backgrounder, since October last year, we have already started the conduct of rescue on minors. So from October to date, we have 17 rescue operations with 24 minors rescued. And all of them were manifested that they were member of true crime community.
Ano po itong true crime
And
community?
under this, ito po yung community ng mga kabataan kung saan nagkakakilala po sila and they have one interest, which is yung mga violent extremism yung sinishare, pinupost, nagko-comment, and
So NVE po itong
yes,
true crime community. Pareho ba siya or iba sa 764 or may connection ba silang dalawang grupo?
ito po, we have identified No Lives Matter and the COM 764 network as sub cultures. So under po sila ng true crime community. And common is merong coercion, self-harm, exploitation of minors, and violence. So dito po, una, may tatlong phases kaming na-find out or napag-aralan that children who are interested in online gamings, ang una po ay nagkakakilala, they enter into a group kung saan naglalaro lang muna. But then, itong mga groomers, if they identify a person who is lonely, engage in friendly conversation, and once na nakuha na yung loob ng batang ito, because yung gaya ng sinabi ng ating resource person kanina na when he was young, very bibo, but then nung nagbibinata na papapansin niya na nagiging loner or introvert. So ito po yung based on algorithms kasi, ito yung tinitignan ng mga groomers na these potential victims have been engaged in long use of cell phones.